Yeah, Creativation 2019, I have to say, and honestly, every single time I do this, Mario says, you should never promise to do a lot of social media when you're at the show because let's face it, it's busy. It's absolute chaos once we get here. And yeah, I had the best intentions to do social media every day, but the last 2 days, it's been from booth to demo to booth to everything. But guess what? Today is a free day for us. We get to walk around and see all of the stuff. So we thought, you know what? We're just going to do some Facebook Lives and some surprises and show you all the cool booths, all the great samples. Hey everyone. Hey Tammy. Hey Stacy. How's it going? Yes, it's our play day. Look at us. We just get to hang around. There's Paula, Deb, Monica. There's Joy. Mario's walking around too. We have a free day. Hey Kath. Oh, just exciting. So what we get to do is I'm just going to take you around. I'll also post pictures, I promise. I'm going to take some pictures. I'll do a whole blog recap after this. But we wanted to really share with you the beautiful, beautiful projects from Creativation. Hey, Glenda, how are you? We miss seeing you, Glenda. We really do. But I think we're hooking you up with some beautiful things that Lynn is bringing for you. So, hey everyone, thanks for joining us. So here's what we're gonna do. We're in the Idea-Ology booth. I'm gonna walk around first and just share with you some of the cool props and how the booth is displayed. And then I'm going to get Paula, Miss Paula, and we're gonna share all the great projects and what people have made, all right? So let me flip this back around and just kind of back out, if I can, just to show you the size of Idea-Ology. It's a really nice size booth, okay? It's a pretty big booth that you can see. And yeah, there you go, Paula's leaning back. We've got some cool make and take counters. No make and take today. Hey TC, how are you? So really, this is kind of the overall look of the Idea-Ology booth. It's pretty big, but what I love about the booth, of course, is evoking that vintage feel, that vibe, right? And this is what I love. We do prop it out with all sorts of, hey Jan Hobbins, all sorts of really great vintage things. Hey Renee, how are you? So we want to, of course, give that look and feel, and then we have the product that's in here. And then we have some great projects. And how we really separate the Idea-Ology booth is kind of create a feminine side, right? Something a little softer, showing how you can use all of these great vintage products in a very soft kind of beautiful way. And then as we go to the other side, we've also propped this, some of my favorite vintage things, right? So that's how we display the top. And each year it is slightly different. We take the junk and we just kind of do our thing. Shout out to Paula and Deb for working so hard to put this together. Then of course, there is the product there. And then we can see the projects on the masculine side. We're gonna take a closer look at all of these and wait till you see how these things come together. My gosh, it is mind-blowing. So, yeah, I'm just gonna, look at them. There's Monica. Say hi, Monica.
Hey, hi.
Hello.
How are you?
There's Deb. I know, look at Deb has been doing 2 days of make and takes nonstop, and there is Joy. Joy's also been doing make and takes for assemblage. So see, everybody gets a play day. That's important. All right, so I'm gonna walk over here. We're gonna start with the projects, and then Paula will join me and just kind of take you through, because there's so many great talented people that help create beautiful things to put it all together. And I have to say, as a designer, my gosh, seeing all of this product turn into these amazing projects, mind-blowing. So, there's Paula.
Hi.
Take us through, Paula. Go for it. I'll follow you. You can just kind of do some shout outs.
Let's start at the top. So this is a super project by Jan Hobbins.
Look at that.
It's an embroidery hoop to start with, but with the new photo booth, we have a new cast of characters.
Yep, look at that.
Photo booth.
That is
Super
awesome.
project. I know Jan's gonna have that on her blog because so many people at the show have been asking how she put it together.
Very cool.
So,
yeah, and Jan is here, so that's good. So Jan, they love this project with the photo booth and that new stencil chip. Look at that.
Yeah.
That metal in there. Very cool.
In there.
Love it.
This is a little clock by Wendy Bassa.
Wendy Bassa, look at that.
Has kind of a little Disney-esque
with
love
that. Those little transparent wings
inside and all the little sewing type things.
Look at that assemblage clock. Great job, Wendy. Very cool. All right.
We'll come down here. Oh my gosh, we've
this
got
is from the ever so talented Paula Cheney.
Let me pick it up.
I know
It's got
that.
a little, we didn't turn it
Look at that,
on.
we've got the box. Oh my gosh. So did you guys just see that turn on? So here's the cool thing about this one. And I'm gonna honk Paula's horn because I gotta say, this thing is brilliant because what it is, it's that vignette tray. We've got a wonderful collage frame in there that she used, one of the new vintage clips. But you see how that lights up? That is the collage paper she used as a screen that she lights up. Would you mind flipping that off again just so they can see it light up? It's so genius because remember that collage paper is translucent. So there's the background, but then putting some lights behind it, just brilliant. All right, so you can share a little bit more detail because I love how you tinted those new paper dolls.
Oh, well, so this is my new little foray into paper dolls and tinting them with crayon. So it takes a little, work to start with clothes. That's easier than cheeks. But I use a water brush, not really any water, and I'll be doing a tutorial on how to do it after the show.
Cool.
But using crayon, and the color stays really well.
That's just awesome.
Works really, really well over the paper dolls, all of the baseboard dolls, everything.
She's brilliant.
So
brilliant. All right.
This one's got a little cover on it. So we have a trinket tin. This is from Stacy.
Hello, Stacy is in the house too. Stacy, this project rocks. Love that. It's the trinket tin and the lid is removed.
Yes.
As the base.
Yep. Collage paper.
Look at that.
It's all on it.
Beautiful.
So lid removed, used as a base with a finial.
Yep.
Story stick. I love the little ephemera, pile of ephemera she's cut out.
Love the ephemera.
Pile them up, and
I love the use of the thimble. Those thimbles we released at Christmas, they came back as an everyday.
And do you notice how she's got the flowers? Those are the new adornment floral.
That is so smart.
And she's added them to a little piece of metal and made them a stick pin.
That's so cool.
To stick in there.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. We have people from Norway, all over. That's just awesome. All right.
This is a little guy that I made, and so these were just some purchased mushrooms that came from a little shop on Etsy called Smile Mercantile.
So
and
cute.
Little
transparent wings.
Yep, transparent wings on the girl. A little oasis. Our finial again. There's that same finial. This time it's been put on just some chipboard with bead chain.
Look at that. Just a little chain around the edge. And I really love that baseboard paper doll. Just that whole freestanding thing. And those transparent wings just make it look so cute.
And the little
came on it, just cute. So cute.
Yep.
I really love how really the projects can just speak to so many different vintage nostalgic memories and personalities.
Well, and
much fun.
We'll see that the wings come as a set of wings, so you can just add it to somebody. So it's just added on. But this one, they're singles. So if you need them both wings on the same side, you have a choice of having that without cutting these up.
That is
they're
so
included
cool.
in the package.
Love that.
So this is another Jan Hobbins, and it is, I'm going to spin it.
It's like a double decker, right?
It's two vignette boxes stuck together, glued together. It's a pin cushion on one side.
That's so cool.
Okay, so when you're not using the pin cushion, which actually it's very beautiful, I don't know why you wouldn't keep it around here, but you can spin it around and it becomes just a little artwork.
Isn't that amazing?
And I love the little thimble turns upside down. She's got little vintage velvet in there. It's darling.
That little pin cushion. And there's one of those metal bases for the vignette and photo booth. Just
the
so
vignette
cool.
base on there.
So cool. Yeah, so we're sharing all of the projects made with the new Idea-Ology collection. If you're not familiar with the release, definitely check out the replay of Facebook Live that I have on the blog that shows all of these new products, and we're just sharing how they all came together. It's our first look at it.
This one's Emma Williams, so we've got vignette boxes, vignette frames, vignette boxes, a larger size on the bottom,
Emma,
with the lid that opens up, and it becomes just a little box inside.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. See, I love, really, a shout out to all the amazing designers that contributed their creativity to the booth. Of course, Paula for coordinating all of them, because really seeing all of these ideas, just genius, right? Amazing. I love that. It's from Stacy as well.
Yes, this is Stacy. This one's it started with really this vintage piece that she found in a shop.
Glasses,
Yep.
We don't sell those glasses, but man, they're
we
cool.
wish we did.
We did.
And it came and she added in the picture that would have gone with this lady's name that was actually in the piece, and then she's just added some little trinkets over here on the side.
It's nice to have a product line that you can use with real vintage stuff to give it, I mean, because it all looks like it's designed to go together.
Yeah.
Total authenticity. All right.
Okay, so
where are we going next?
Well, let's go down to the table and then we'll come back up. So we've talked about that before. That's our folio, but
This
again,
is so clever.
I'm gonna pick this up.
Look at this little card. And we're going to see this again in the Sizzix booth, another version of it. It's just brilliant. Stacey
So-
did that.
Just all kinds of little things inside bottles. I mean, you could put anything inside of it, but it's just the idea of the vignette box used as a cart
Yeah.
with 3 wheels.
Yeah.
Like a
very,
little
very
wheelbarrow.
fun. Love that.
So
Love that.
that one's darling.
All right.
This one's me.
yeah?
So Trinket
Okay.
10, our new dials, the date dials
Yeah,
that
look
go.
at those date dials. What a perfect little frame. I love how they fit inside those little adornment deco frames.
Yeah, the deco
Wow.
frames. This came from the Milagros from the last release
Yes.
last year. And then when you open up the tin,
Oh my gosh.
it unfolds in, these are the new journal cards, the smallest size that come in the pack. And it just opens up into a little book.
Oh, brilliant.
So,
Stop it right
very
now.
fun.
I love how you've connected those pages too with just like strips of fabric and the paper
yeah.
dolls and all
Scraps.
of the layers.
Just scraps.
Yeah, those new journal cards, they're very cool. We'll get over to the pack. That's
We'll
awesome.
show you that. This is again a kind of a play off of what I did last year.
Yeah,
so
but
a
everybody loved this idea, Paula.
smaller version. So again, we have the new collage paper.
Right, and the collage paper is an all-over collage.
Yes.
So the great thing about this is that's just one layer of paper, correct?
Yep, one layer.
So it's already
6 inches
collaged.
tall. So
Yep.
you just laid it right over the canvas and with the collage medium.
Yeah, can you believe
Yeah,
that?
and
Just take that fabric and cover it using distressed collage medium, and now you have printed fabric. That's just unbelievable.
Yeah, lots of the new pack of found relatives.
Yeah,
They
we
come
love
in
that.
3 sizes now.
Yeah.
So this was a great way to use. Here's the larger size. Here's the smaller size.
Wonderful.
Another one of the large. And
Absolutely
again, all the
wonderful.
coloring done with crayon this time instead of marker.
Really cool.
So,
I just love that.
We've
Looks
got
wonderful.
lots of stuff going on there.
Very cool. All right, now this idea down here, going to that tray, I want to share that with them because that's also very clever.
So divided box.
Yes.
No. Divided drawer.
Yeah,
That's
divided
it.
drawer. Yeah,
Divided
that's
drawer.
that's that vignette. That's really skinny.
So normally when you'd see it on the wall, it would look like this and have 3 pieces. So we
Correct.
took out one
Right?
and made a lid for this end, just made from chipboard.
Really cool.
Made from chipboard.
Yeah.
And then made cards using the new Snarky.
So much fun. Yeah, so those are
And
the journal cards again, just the larger one because the journal cards there are 4 different sizes of cards.
Come in the pack like that.
Yeah, already rounded corners, everything, double-sided print, and
Yep.
look how fun those are. Oh my gosh.
Just use some ephemera.
I love that Snarky.
Some
That's
of
so
the-
good. Look at that.
That was Tracy's favorite.
Sometimes my greatest accomplishment is just keeping my mouth shut. Yep.
So, and
So
you
much
could
fun.
use the paper dolls and I don't know, it's just a great
It
thing
is.
because the pieces are long. They are long.
Absolutely.
So it was a good way to use them in a,
Yeah,
just a
something
long
other than
card.
an art journal. Yeah, I think that's
yeah.
really great.
So
Love that.
That's just fine. This is Jenna Lee, and really Jenna Lee made this specifically for us because we used a collage frame. This is the plain collage paper, and she's actually downloaded this image from Graphics Fairy
Okay.
and on the plain collage paper,
And
and
then
then printed it herself,
Yep.
and added it to the book.
Fantastic.
So you can really choose something personal, or type in a date or a person's name,
Absolutely.
and make it personal with the plain
Very
collage
cool.
paper.
And look at that. I need to call out that little letter. And we're going to show you another project with these. These are the new stencil chips, and you see that it has this great kind of metallic quality. Can you tip that book?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that brass. So those are made out of paper,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
It's kind of a thin weight chipboard, but all of that grunge, all of that metallic, that's printed on there. There's nothing else you need to do with it other than just embellish and enjoy.
And it's a
So,
good look at that, like the thin.
It's cool.
It's not super heavy.
No, we really
It's
kind
just-
of mimic like that
just
vintage
mimic.
brass stencil, but done out of paper.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy. All right, but this thing down here, that box, you've got to. Another shout out to Paula.
Okay,
All right,
so
that is
we're
the
gonna light
vignette.
this
That's the
one up
divided box.
again.
Right, look at that. So she put those stencil chips, and you put, is it mica behind that?
Yes.
Create that little window, and use it in the bottom of that box
Yep.
as screens to light up. Is that just amazing? And you can see there's the new baseboard dolls, and I love the layers. Those new layers in the back,
Yeah,
those
back here.
postcards. So that vintage postcard, we've got several vintage postcards in the new layers.
Mm-hmm.
So it just kind of sets the scene for these paper dolls.
Works super well
cool.
with the new butterflies and
Yeah.
you know, going with it.
And
and you can
that.
see that there's again that new date dial used inside the pocket watch.
Because the date dials fit the new pocket watches, because we actually sell them in a set of 2 now, the large and small. And check out that new top on that watch. It just has such a great vintage vibe. Love
you
it.
See those hardware heads also really good on this project.
This is brilliant.
Different, different hardware heads, different sizes. Doesn't even matter. You just mix them up.
Took the ruler pieces, and yeah, although they look like, she kind of screwed that on, those are just glued. The hardware heads are, looks like different hex fasteners. We've got Phillips head or flathead screws, but they're not. You just glue them on.
And
very, very cool.
2 totally different rulers. It wasn't long enough to go all the way across, so I just broke them up and put 2 together, and it doesn't matter.
That's just how you roll.
Doesn't matter.
Paula. That's just how you roll.
So,
all right.
Let's wait a minute. Let me pick this one up. This is the easiest project in the world.
All right.
Because everything is purchased except that inside guts. Those are our new butterflies. They are going to come in the new botanicals when they start releasing.
Botanical
and they're
layers.
just on. All they are is on wire and stuck into styrofoam.
Yep, I love that.
And it's a great display.
Totally.
Yep. I punched a hole in the top of the thimble and stuck it right in there.
That is cool.
So.
Very cool.
Okay.
All right, moving right along.
Okay, so let's go to Kathy. I'm going to take this one off the wall so you
right.
can see it better in the light. Because this is a great
We're going
project.
into detail, guys. We're only on half of the booth, so
I know.
we have so much to share.
So, super project. But Kathy, you probably know her as Beulah Bee on her blog and her Instagram. And just using the dormant butterflies mixed with the new botanicals that's coming out.
Right.
Worn wallpaper in a tray.
Yeah,
Just
and those
really-
butterflies, those are metal. Those
Yep.
are the dormant butterflies, so those are colored.
Yep.
So when you see all those mixed with the paper, those just come in that silver, but I love how they're colored.
How she's colored
So
them.
beautiful. Yeah, really fun.
All right. We'll go up to the clock. This
right.
is, again, Jan
Yeah,
Hobbins.
Jan Hobbins.
And look at this little guy. It's fairy garden.
People are
And
loving
look
those
at-
wings.
Look at her hand
of fun.
dipping inside there.
Yep.
The thimbles have glitter on them. I talked to Jan about this project,
They got into the jar of glitter and played around.
she's using the thimbles upside down to mimic mushrooms
Oh my gosh.
inside the fairy
it's
garden.
Very cute. I love how just the glass of the assemblage clock was removed.
Yeah,
Really, really cool.
you can get inside there.
Very cool.
And the new little mini pins.
Yep, mini pins.
She crocheted them into the little.
Brilliant.
They're just darling.
Brilliant, brilliant.
Okay.
Love it.
So super project.
Yeah, so these projects, we're just sharing just the inspiration in booth. A lot of the makers, they will be posting on the blog. Some will post tutorials, some won't. They're not required to do tutorials because, as you can imagine, there's so much detail and work in creating these inspirational pieces. But if they do, we'll certainly share on social media. And then after this Facebook Live broadcast, I will upload to YouTube probably later this week, and it'll be on the blog so you can watch the replay because I know it's a ton of inspiration.
Yeah.
All right.
So we'll just scan those and
my
then go to the
gosh.
last ones.
I love this though. Look at that. It's just a great use for photo booth. It's just that background. And I love those clipping stickers. This is a Paula thing. That's why I'm just taking over
One
talking.
of the new botanicals.
Yep, look at that big piece right there. I can see the etc. trim that you use there as well.
And the new metallic cardstock in the back.
Oh my gosh,
Sanded down.
this looks like an old mirror.
Yeah.
And the vintage clip. See, those vintage clips are just really cool because they're so big and they just create such an awesome, awesome look. These projects, just unbelievable what to do with vignettes.
This one's from Jan Hobbins, where she's cut the trinket tin, and so you can see the little people inside the trinket
Wow.
tin with the new Adornments floral and mixed with this like some Sizzix floral.
Yeah, really smart. It's with the die cut, and I love that deco frame just kind of finishes that off.
Yep.
And look at that new baseboard lace frame.
Yeah.
That has been inked.
Super popular at the
Yeah.
show. Really, really popular.
Really cool because they just look like doily frames, but they're made out of baseboard. They're made out of chipboard. You can see over here.
Tammy B.
Love that. Shout out to Tammy B. Love the idea of layering, right? See that, layering those vignette trays, and of course you can see some die cuts used.
Yep.
Just
Emma's on the
unbelievable.
bottom.
Emma, wow.
Yeah,
So
just a
cool.
great layered piece with a vignette. Has an etc. tag and a vignette panel.
Yeah, really clever. And just using some ephemera and of course using the melt cap and I mean, yeah, having those different sizes now of found relatives really allows to do some different projects. So that is cool. So that is the softer side. That's only halfway through the inspiration. We're gonna go on the other side. All right, let's take a soupy. I need to make sure that my hand can actually, oh look, there's Mario. Yeah, Raina and Tracy, they must have a meeting of the minds as we go through and show you these other projects, just unbelievable. So of course these have just a cool little masculine feel to them. And same products, right? Same products used from the other side, but just, wow, seeing what the makers do to put it all together, just awesome. All right, I'll follow you, Paula.
Okay, let's start at the top.
Okay.
We got Emma to start with in kind of a tailor type
in a vignette
sewing
tray.
and tailor. Lots of little bottles. Again, the thimbles turned upside down, the mini pins.
The detail of that.
Lots of details.
All those cork vials, and yeah, using just the ephemera and the buttons. There's our new ruler ribbon with that new print. I love that, smaller numbers with that touch of red.
What
just
I
looks
like about
vintage
that
measuring tape.
is just that has just as much older product as it has newer product.
Absolutely.
And it just blends together well.
That's the joy of Idea-Ology. Remember, if you guys use it, it stays around in the line, and we love that.
That's
we
right.
really do.
The one hanging from the ruler up top is Jenna Lee, and she's great at the stitching and the sewing and just lots of layering.
And I love
So
the piece of ephemera with those pins.
Yes.
See that? She took the mini pins. It's kind of the red in the back. I don't want to get too close. But yeah, she used the mini pins for that. Awesome.
This one is Miss Vicki Evans.
Wow.
Dig That Crazy Chick.
Dig that crazy chick.
And this one's been very popular especially because of that mica.
Yeah,
it's
look at
hanging
that.
from the top.
I'm kind of letting the light catch it. This looks like a shattered piece of glass over the box. You see the date dial in there, that metal measurement, those metal numbers in the back, numeric. I love the pulley wheel on the top. Gosh,
Yep.
it speaks to me.
The hidden numbers coming up the side over
Yeah,
here.
so cool.
That's good.
So cool.
All right, let's go down.
All right,
and then
Tammy
we'll go
B's in the
across.
house. Hey, Tammy B.
That's good.
All right.
So again, from Vicki, this one's my favorite, I think, of the ones that she made this year.
Yeah, look at that pocket watch. I
Look at
love
this,
that new
and
style.
and it moves.
Oh my gosh.
Like it can swing like a clock.
Wow. And I love that quote token inside.
So again, divided
Drawer. Yes, we have
with
divided drawer and divided box. But this little drawer is cute. I mean, you showed how to use it as a drawer. I love having that top ledge. And look at those stencils again.
Yeah.
Guys.
And the stencils are popped out from the back. You might not be able to see that on camera.
Oh yeah, we got
but
it. Some
it's
dimension.
popped out, so you don't always have to be flat to your surface.
Right. And again, using the date dials, there's a little watch hands. Look how she layered that on the gear.
Yeah.
Just kind of made her own cool little
That's
clock.
a clock.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Those alpha dice.
And that
everything.
little dog.
Love that little dog.
All right. So this is my cuckoo idea that I had. I went to Tim and I said,
clever,
I don't care. I want to
brilliant.
try it.
She wants to try it because
So-
you know, assemblage clocks. It could be a clock, and you saw Jan Hoppins remove the glass. But what if you remove all the other stuff? You remove the bells, the feet, and all that. Well, you get this brilliance.
So
Let me
again,
show the side first because that is collage
so
paper.
collage paper on the side. That's the new
Wow.
map. I think it's called Travel.
Yeah, it's so cool.
So easy
Collage on
to
metal.
easy,
Beautiful.
super easy to do.
Absolutely beautiful.
And all the
just
little
roll
baubles
around.
are just in there.
Oh, see, got to use those baubles from the holidays. We don't sell those year round, so Paula knows to stock up.
Yeah, and lots of gears in the back. The new date dials, new butterfly. Everything's
So
just
cool.
layered up.
But it's all those little trinkety things at the bottom. All those little dangly
So-
bits. Look at that. Oh my god.
Everything is on there. This was the
thimble,
funnest
the
part.
pins, the wings, like all, I mean, and to know that like 90% of that is Idea-Ology. There's
Yes.
like a few little vintage buttons and some beads, but other than that, it just looks like
Well, and
like
the
a little
thing
junk
was, is
drawer.
there was so much to choose from that I needed twice the chain that I had here.
run
I
out
had
of
to,
space.
I had to
It's like
take
running
some
out of space.
off.
She's like, I
I
gotta
totally
do
had to
some
take
creative
some
editing.
off. I did.
Beautiful.
So, anyways,
I love
just
that.
a fun idea
Cool.
of using the existing holes. I
Yeah.
made absolutely no new holes in the clock to build that.
Right, because when you took those things out, it left openings for you
Yeah.
to do these other connections. They
Yes.
are loving it.
Good.
They're loving it.
All right.
All right.
So my favorites.
Oh, please.
Mr.
She's buttering up
Holtz.
because, listen, the one time I actually make something for the show,
With the double wing.
these little guys, I love layering those transparent wings, just kind of give it that little double layer, and of course using it
Look
with
at that.
some vintage things.
Ah,
Oh yeah.
The
This little guy in the
string
dome.
detail is just awesome.
Yes, I just put him on a vintage toy car. I use that baseboard, paper doll, and again, I kind of layered those wings. One is coming out, one is folded. Used a little clippings. You just hold on, and he's just holding on to that little bit of string as he makes his way through life. Fun, fun, yeah. Very cool. Holding on
All
by
right.
a thread. So
Yeah.
I say, okay.
You want to do the two in
Sure.
the bottom? So this one's Vicky, and maybe you ought to take it out of here just so you can see that there's those wings. So this is the singles.
Yeah, look at that, those transparent wings. So they can be used to create, little pixies and fairies out of the photos, but you can also use them for a very cool steampunk aesthetic. I think that's awesome.
It's got on there.
Oh my gosh, this little grunge thing of nuggety goodness. You wait until you see this. If we had philo vision, you guys, this clock by Zoe.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Fuses
wow.
inside of it.
Look at this.
Can you see that inside?
Yeah, I want to live in there. I do. All of those wires and gears and fuses and so cool. But yeah, she used distressed grit paste on the outside of this clock and made it look like stone. It's just, it's freaking so cool. But the inside, all the detail, there we go, that's perfect. The light's hitting it just right. We've got the measurements and gears, baseboard doll, the stencil chip, and I love how she attached it with the fuses. It just, it changes everything. It really does. All in the details for these projects, it really is.
Absolutely.
All right.
So we'll go to, this is something that a lot of people have been talking about at show. This was made by Rochelle.
Very cool.
And all the different gears with the little hardware heads that she's added on, the new mini pocket watch that's part of that set.
Yep, numeric, we've got some keys in there. There's just so much story sticks. But the base is, like the heart itself is just, it's paper mache. Yeah. Guys, it's a paper mache heart you find at the craft store and just cut in half. And then you have this great heart shadow box. That is so clever, so clever.
All right, so let's see.
Let's stay down here.
Okay.
My arms appreciate that.
Okay, so that one's Zoe.
Oh my gosh.
Just talking about, I mean, it speaks for itself with Sideshow.
Yep. This looks like a little carnival. Love that in there with some of those great new pieces of ephemera. Just have such a great play. And I like, of course, that decorative dome, using that in there. We've got those gears. Just, you never know. And of course, the baseboard frame, framing the vignettes, because remember, those baseboard frames also work on these vignette boxes. So you can just go in and ink those and they will frame perfectly, just like this one up here. Again, we've got that smaller vignette box, but that frame with that little arch opening, that is a baseboard frame. But take a look at the top. This thing, you guys see this? It kind of looks like a little radio kind of resistor thing, but that is one of the domes. See, one of those domes with some rubs and just adding that little bit on the top. Just, I always think seeing these projects and how people layer and use photos and ephemera on different structures that we have, just, it blows my mind. Yeah.
All that moving parts, Jenna Lee and Vicky again.
But again, those backgrounds, like that background behind him, that's one of the new layers. So it sets a scene, and we've got different frames. Here you can see her on that clipboard. Very cool. And just that little bit of color on those found relatives, that really makes it. All right.
Okay, so Rochelle did this one with the little vignette box, again on that finial.
Yep, really cool.
Just
little
all
toy
the different
car.
layers.
Yep, love those.
This one is Zoe with fabulous bottles, fabulously done bottles.
See, love how,
there.
just using some of that. I mean, that's just so cool. Using all those little layers. I love the adornment silverware. I love using the cork vials. But just seeing all, like you said, some of the older product mixed in with the new, that is what's always so inspiring.
Let's pull this one down.
Oh my gosh, I want that little rubber stamp that's in there.
I know.
Yeah,
this is
look at
Vicky
that.
again. So we have a vignette box with the vignette panel with our hinges.
Panels. Yep, panels and the hinges. You can make your own little cigar boxes.
Love the red.
Yeah, just the mini hardware. You can paint that. You can paint the metal. See, just everyone's just saying how inspired they are. I totally agree. Just so inspiring to see all of these things. Yeah, look at the little detail. Love that. Love seeing the baseboard and the ephemera. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, baseboard frame.
We want to take all of this stuff home, right? We just want to take all these projects home. But a shout out to all the amazing designers. All right,
this
look at this
fun one. Jan Hobbins. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to turn this so you can see the goodness of this box, what she's done.
Look at all that crackly goodness. That's some crackle paste over some papers. But look how worn that is. That's one of the new, that's a vignette divided box, right?
Yep.
Yeah, just taking that and just using the papers and paste and ephemera. It just looks so ragged and worn, you know, like you found this old crate and you decided to collage in it. And the fact that you can move those divided pieces to make it your own is very cool. But the cleverness is right there. That little valise, that's a little vignette box, right? Flipped around?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, to make it look like a suitcase. So cool. New ruler ribbon and the pulley wheels, just absolutely amazing.
And I mean, film strip.
Just amazing.
It's got,
really
it's
cool.
just wonderful.
I love that. I love all the details. Now, before we go over to those last few little books, I just need to show you this little divided drawer, because what's cool about that that structure, right? We wanted to really kind of grow the vignette line from small boxes, which are really good, but we also wanted to give you those larger boxes like that big divided box. But this skinny box, a divided drawer, the fact that you can really take those pieces out and kind of go horizontal or vertical with it, just so amazing. All right,
Super
we're gonna go to
flexible.
the side. These things are screwed to the wall, so I'm gonna give you guys an up close look to this. These, go ahead, you can take us through, Paula.
Okay, this is Kathy, so Beulah B, is what she goes by, and they're vintage books. They're very small, and they have the new clips on top of them. The
vintage clips.
Vintage clips.
Yeah.
And there's 3 in the package, and so we did 3 samples. And
3 different little books.
She has a specialty in actually cutting out and paper cutting things that are very detailed.
And they're small. I'm going to show you kind of my pork chop hand. Look at that.
Yeah.
And you can see that. Yeah. And there's the little book. So these are tiny little book covers, but those vintage clips and all those layers, just
perfect.
Unreal.
It's a great trio.
So beautiful.
Great trio. And you don't have to have a lot of product to make something super cool.
No.
You can do it with a set of clips.
Yeah.
You have some old books, and then it's just paper pieces.
It's perfect
It's
art.
just darling.
It's
and
unbelievable.
Each of them, what I liked is that each of them is the little boy with the dog, the girl with the dog, and another little boy with the dog. It's a cute little trio.
So cool. Well, thank you, Pete, for the tour. Thanks.
Yeah.
I know Paula's voice, she's like, Tim, I can't talk for hours like you do. Just keep mumbling and mumbling, but hey, we wanted to share. We wanted to show you all of the cool things that are made with the products. And again, a shout out to all of the talented designers. When I do the follow-up on the blog, I'll definitely put their names and links to their blog so you can go and check it out, because I would say, we've got a lot more. I mean, throughout the coming months, I'm sure they're going to be doing posts and blogs. I am going to flip it around because I want to show you some of the projects. So in addition to the beautiful displays, we took some of their projects and put it in with the product. So I'm just going to flip this around one more time, because this one, I got to go to this one. You know I do, Paula. I do. We'll zip these other ones. But
That's
this,
windy?
oh my gosh. Look at that.
Get up the peg.
Look at that. Just look how that light hits those stencil chips. Just unbelievable.
It's a
Everyone thinks they're metal. They do. But they're
painted
not.
mini clipboard and just painted black,
So
and then
cool.
those stencil chips right over the top of them.
Just it rocks. It does. It rocks. And then this one, I've got to show down
This
here.
is Stacy.
Stacy, you know that. You know I love those little faucet knobs. So you had me at faucet knobs.
Yeah.
Because you can paint those. It's one of my favorite SKUs. And that was a SKU really
this.
that almost got
just
retired.
comes
That almost got discontinued. But people are using them now, so that it gets to stick around a little bit longer. All right.
And then
jump over here.
Yep.
So the vignettes, I mentioned kind of the different sizes of vignettes, and I won't go into too much detail, but now you can see we have a great collection, a great assortment. But it's just nice that we can kind of use those divided things, or this is the vignette set where Paula created just that great little grouping
So it
out
goes
of those
with
vignettes.
that. Goes with that new set that you get, the small and then 2 vignette boxes. So you can just see that you can create,
A box or a box within a tray.
Yeah.
Very cool. Awesome. All right. Well, my about to give out for right now. So that is, really, oh my gosh, I put my hand right over the lens because my hand is shaking. I've been holding this for so long. But thank you guys for joining us. So here's what's going to happen now. I'm going to just jump around to the different booths, and I'm going to keep popping on to Facebook. I'm going to head over to Ranger and do a little walkthrough, and we'll do Stampers Anonymous and Sizzix. So if you don't have me on notification for Facebook Live, definitely do it. But if you missed us live, I'll put a follow-up on the blog, and we'll check it out. So thanks, everyone, for taking time out of your day to join us. And it's good. We'll see you later. Bye.